So, I want you to get up now. I want all of you to get up out of your chairs. I want you to get up right now and go to the window, open it, and stick your head out and yell, "I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore!"
That is one of the classic scenes out of a movie, one of those lines that stays with you some 35 years later. And of course, that's network. It's a guy who worked in television news, okay? But it was an example then, and it remains an example today, of how disgruntled people can get on the job, how frustrated they can get, and how they succumb to those frustrations. Sadly, in that movie, if I'm not mistaken, I remember that he commits suicide. Yeah. I wanted to use that, not just because of the humor of I'm mad as hell, I'm not going to take it anymore, but the fact that it can turn deadly. Yes. Every day there's workplace shootings, people are killed at the hands of disgruntled employees. So what should we do to protect ourselves?
Well, I think that, again, like you said, we're all in this together, and whether you're the management or whether you're an employee, listen, you're there for a common goal. And that common goal is not to destroy each other. So really, so if you take that out and say, listen, we're trying to get something done. Now, I know that there are bad employees and there are bad managers. Right. And that just is. But you still have to work towards getting done what you need to get done. And so everybody can understand, listen, if you're overworked on something, you have a relationship with somebody that can help you out with that, as opposed to just putting it all on yourself.
Right. All right, let's say you've tried everything. You know, you've gone to your manager, you've talked to people, and it's building inside of you, and you feel like at any moment you could burst. You're on the edge. What do you do?
What I would do is remove myself by taking vacation, look at your vacation day or sick leave, but you need to get out. You need to get out before it gets worse.
Do you admit it to your superior, or does that put you in a vulnerable position where you might actually end up losing your job?
But not always. I think one of the most underused part of many companies is their EAP programs. There are a lot of great employee assistance programs that go unused because people think there's a stigma. It's very similar to the military. The military is making that sea change now about how they're looking at mental health in a totally different way. And I think our companies are beginning to do that, and slowly I think it's coming down into the workplace that there really is support out there. There really are some people who can help them to work through these issues and to really see things differently and have hope.
Don't you get labeled, though, as, you know, you're the disgruntled employee?
Well, that is a concern. I always tell people, listen, when you're presented with a problem like this, talk to somebody. If it's your girlfriend or your partner or whoever it may be, just talk it out, because just somebody else's view and getting it off your chest will help make it better. And maybe then you might be presented with another way, another view on how to address something. And then maybe what you do is, if you know this isn't going to get better, don't wait till you get fired. Don't wait till you can't take it anymore and you have to leave. Look for another job while you're still employed. It's much easier to get a job while you already are employed.
Now, we're looking at surveys here that say only 45% of American workers are happy with their job, which is an all-time low. I'm wondering if this is a generational thing. I mean, I don't remember my father's generation expecting to be happy on the job. Is that something that comes with baby boomers?
Some of that. I think we have given our children the notion, which I think is a good one, that their lives should be fulfilling and that their work should be fulfilling. I think it is different. I think it comes with some baggage, though, because every job isn't going to be all that fulfilling. And how do you build into that and be able to create that work for yourself? It's tricky.
I'm not surprised with the statistics, the percentage, because people are looking to connect with something now in the workplace. They're looking to be connected with a job that they value, that a job that gives them personal and professional fulfillment. They're looking for a connection. And the younger generation, if they don't get it there, they will get it elsewhere.
That's interesting, because as I said about my father's generation, you know, at 5 o'clock they came home and they put it behind them for the most part, unless you were a doctor or something like that.
That's part of the problem.
Yeah, we never really put it behind us, do we?
No, when you look at it, you figure if you sleep 8 hours and you work 8 hours, and then it gives you 8 hours in the rest of the day to do everything else that you do, which means that you're spending more time at work, and most people work more than 8 hours.
I was going to say, people work more than 8 hours.
So look how much more time you're spending
with the emails.
Yeah,
they're connected all the time.
And that's the other thing. You know what? Put the BlackBerry down. You know,
That's
if you can, you need a break. Nobody can be on 24 hours a day. Take a break. You know, do something for yourself. It's your free time. Use it as yours.
And you said to look for a job while you have a job if
Yes.
you're really disgruntled with it. But in this economy right now, everybody's just happy to have the job, or I think they should be happy to have the job they have.
The jobs are few, but the jobs are still there. The key is networking. The key is getting out there and talking to people and have a delivery that's not negative. Currently, I'm in this field, however, I'm looking to transition into another area. If you know of any opportunities, let me know. You don't have to say anything negative about your employer, but keep it positive, but let them know you're in transition and you're looking for a new opportunity.
You know, I thought it was so interesting when we had Ed come on the show, because I'm thinking, why is the Council for Relationships here? But the more we sit here and talk about it, it's like, we have as much of a relationship with the people at work as we do with those at home, because we spend, as you said, so much time.
Even more so sometimes. And I think the other piece about this disgruntled employees are often the employees that take their work most seriously. So one of those indicators you asked earlier is that people are actually taking on more work. When people are burning out, they're not doing less, they're doing more and more, because they think if they can do more, the situation will change. And actually, it just keeps getting worse. And that's one of the things to be looking at, for sure.
Okay, what do you think is going to happen with this guy? Will he get a job someplace else? Will they take him back? Will he be the new reality star?
Well, I think given the federal regulations that he broke, and I think that it may be, I'm sure there's a union involved, but it may be tough for him to get his job back.
Right.
Well, I think his
great
job
to have
is
you
over.
back with us.
Just have
Great
to
to
go
be
into
with
another
Lynn.
industry.
Yeah, like no one's going to recognize his name. Okay. And listen, Ed, thank you so much for
Great
being
to
with
be
us. We
here.
really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
We are anything but disgruntled here on It's Your Call, because we have been nominated for 2 Emmy Awards in the category of interview discussion programs. So congratulations to my wonderful staff and the crew. Until the next time, my thanks to you for watching. Bye-bye.